Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast for Wednesday, March 18th, 2020. All right, so today we have the moon still in Sagittarius, the constellation that is about expanding our perception on things, making it a great day for things like philosophy, abstract thoughts, and really examining our beliefs and our perspectives on life, especially because the moon is going to be passing over all of the planets that we currently have in Sagittarius, including Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. And so maybe some new beginnings going on collectively in regards to this perception that's been developing here and transforming this year for everyone. Now, the sun is still in receptive Pisces, so still good to be focused on life in a receptive way and how can we have a little bit more peace and acceptance in our life. And going into tomorrow, we may start to feel a bit of maybe inspiration or hope in terms of where we can take action, maybe quite confident and direct going into the weekend with Mars getting close to Jupiter. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when I return. All right, so here's the sky for this Wednesday. And again, we are using the actual size of the constellations as seen in the visible sky. This is different from mainstream astrology, and so you will notice a lot of the signs are different. And if you are new, definitely check out that link down below for more information on true sidereal astrology. All right, so let's take a look at the moon's placement, which represents the theme of the day and is going over a lot of this collective energy that we've had in Sagittarius. The moon will be passing over Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, who have been in Sagittarius for quite some time. Mars about the past month, Saturn the past roughly couple years, and Pluto here for a very long time, since I believe 2007, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, there's been this year in particular with all these planets together, there's been a lot transforming with our perception of life and of the future, and maybe even on global matters. And these kinds of more bigger picture things. And so there could be a new beginning starting to unfold with this perception and this side of ourselves. In our personal lives, it's a really good time to really examine our beliefs, our outlooks on life, our philosophies, our principles, right? And see how we can continue to expand those or build upon them with Saturn or transform them with Pluto. Right, or maybe take action towards them with Mars. So great time of developing the side of ourselves that does want to expand our perception, whether it's through philosophy, spirituality, the world at large, anything on that level. Really good to develop. Even adventurousness and expanding our literal horizons and a little bit of inspiration can also be really good to develop during this transit here. So in terms of the aspects, no major aspects going exact here today, but we do have the moon passing over all of these planets who've been in Sagittarius. So one by one, with moon over Mars, there could be a new beginning with the side of ourself that wants to take initiative and is maybe feeling a bit inspired, especially because going into tomorrow, we do have Mars getting very close to Jupiter. And that can sometimes give a bit of hope or potential to the things that we want or to the things that we're taking action towards or can be taking action towards. It can also expand a bit of Mars energy, which can lead to a little bit more assertiveness, confidence, independence. And so that'll be strongest as we get closer to the weekend, but we may start to feel that the later part of the day there, that kind of expansion with that fiery side of ourself. But the moon will be also going over Jupiter, of course. So there is this new beginning with maybe new perceptions and outlooks. We have the moon over Pluto. Could be a really good day to face some fears. Again, maybe transform these perceptions. And the later part, the moon over Saturn, could be about building some things. If there's been anything this year, last year, that you've wanted to build towards the future, it could be a really good part of the month to continue to do that, right? And it's probably involving some restructuring taking place with Saturn and Pluto very close to each other. So the middle part of the day, more of the transformation side of things to empower ourselves to take action in the face of any fears, and inhibitions. But the later part, maybe building some new structures out of that, new long-term things that we might be perceiving or aware of in the big picture. All right, so that's the day in a nutshell. That's the most important stuff in terms of the aspects. But as a reminder, of course, we do have the sun still in receptive Pisces. So the larger context is still really good for having a more accepting and receptive and intuitive approach to life, right? Sun in Pisces is a great time of developing the side of ourself that is a little bit more at peace and wants to surrender what's outside of our control and live a little bit more presently, right, and accept things. And so really good time to develop that, as of course we do develop this kind of more fiery stuff at the moment. And we do, of course, have Mercury now fully direct, and so there could be, still things starting to move forward with any ideas or things we've been reworking about the past month, and especially if it has to do with future, collective, or global things. That's really where our minds are at the moment with Mercury in Aquarius. And Venus in Aries, still good to be enjoying the more direct and initiating aspects of life. And maybe in those relationships could also be a bit enjoyable. All right, but today the most important thing is the fact that we are starting to come to the completion, in a sense, of the current lunar month. It will be in about a week. Early next week, we'll have the new moon. So we are starting to complete things this next week. But today the context is about expanding our perceptions, being aware of our perceptions and transforming them, maybe building new ones, and maybe taking action towards some things that we do want to cultivate for our life path or for our future, and maybe getting into some of that adventurous or free-spirited energy or gaining of wisdom energy could be a great way of working with Sag here today. All right, so everyone have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the next daily forecast. Take care.